Memphis had been a transportation hub really since its beginning because of its location on the Mississippi River. So it was logical to see Memphis as the perfect place to put a railroad bridge to further connect the East Coast with the West Coast.
The railroads are taking the business away from the steamboats. It's faster on land, going 60, 70 miles an hour rather than 10 miles an hour downriver or 5 miles an hour upriver. The Frisco Bridge opened in 1892, and it was the first steel-span bridge across the lower Mississippi River. The East Bridge opened in 1874 in St. Louis, and that was the nearest 300 miles away.
It was so busy that trains would be clogged trying to get across the river because it was only a single-track railroad bridge. A second bridge was needed, a bridge that had more than one railroad track. And so the Harahan Bridge was built to meet that need. Finished in 1916 and became even more important than the Frisco. It solidified our position as a major American transportation hub, and it connected us with Western markets.
The bridge was named after James Harahan, an Illinois Central Railroad executive who envisioned and promoted the idea of a joint railroad and automobile bridge because he saw the advent of the automobile being so important.
The construction of the Harahan was a difficult endeavor. You had crews on either side working towards the middle. On the Memphis side, they used these very large willow mats to prevent erosion so that the bluff could withstand the pressure of the bridge.
And the bridge itself is about 4,900 feet long. It was approximately a mile long. That's a pretty significant bridge.
The Harahan Bridge cost $6 million to build. They used 21,400 tons of steel, and it was 192 feet high from the bottom. And it was done at a time when there was very little heavy equipment. So this was done by hand, which is almost unimaginable today.
The Harahan Bridge opening was a very important event in Memphis's history as far as transportation goes, and it addressed the need to get automobiles and trucks across the river.
The automobile lane that was built on either side of the Harahan Bridge was bolted to the side. There isn't a major automobile thoroughfare in 1916, and so Memphis really is the place where you can drive in the southern United States to cross the Mississippi River. And so we would back up cars in what was an early 20th century version of a traffic jam.
The automobiles had to ride over a wooden plank surface, so obviously it would go clankety, clankety, clank. It was a rough ride. After World War II, those wooden planks just weren't adequate anymore. So in 1949 is when the Memphis and Arkansas Bridge opened, a 4-lane bridge with sidewalks on it. We were learning how to get across a river, across a bridge, and drive across the country all at the same time 90 years ago. And it was just 90 years ago. Kind of crazy, isn't it?
The Harahan Bridge really is an engineering marvel. I mean, it is 100 years old now, and it's still in place and still can be used. And the fact that the citizenry of this community believes enough in the Harahan Bridge and its heritage, its legacy, and also its future says a lot about the creativity and the ingenuity of this community.
It's been a long time coming, and back at the beginning, we never were sure that this was actually going to ever happen.
We were all really excited to finally have a pedestrian bridge to cross from one side to the other side.
Good to see you. Welcome. would be the iconic place to take a picture of the river, to take a picture of downtown.
You look out in the great Mississippi River, but also the skyline of Memphis. You see the barge traffic. It's just a beautiful sight.
It's such a great civic and cultural amenity for our current residents. It will draw tourists from all over the world to come here.
It's a wonderful feeling to see all the positive energy that's out here today.
I think it's beautiful. It's really exciting.
This view is immaculate. It is so gorgeous.
Thanks. I think it's just awesome. I can't take my eyes off of the river as I'm walking.
It does make me proud to see everybody interacting together like this. It does make me proud.
It really just opens up the potential of longer rides and more exploration on the bike.
Yeah, it's kind of another piece of the puzzle that's bringing it all together.
It's Memphis's front porch, yes.
The lighting is phenomenal. State-of-the-art LED lighting that can do any color in the rainbow and make it dance.
I mean, think of it. A 1 mile long bike trail high above the Mississippi River right next to an active rail line. Who does that? Memphis does that.